Let us look at America. Let us listen to America to find the answer to that
This
question. As we look at America, we
isn't
see cities enveloped in
a
smoke and
cigarette.
flame. We hear sirens in the night. We see Americans dying on distant battlefields abroad. We see Americans
Authentic suicides.
fighting each other.
Ask for Paul Mall.
When the strongest nation in the world can be tied down for 4 years in a war in Vietnam with no end in sight, to see it like it is and tell it like it is, to find the truth, to speak the truth, and to live the truth, that's what we will do.
You like the beach?
For 4 years, this administration has had at its disposal the greatest military and economic advantage that one nation has ever had over another in a war in history. Did American boys die in Normandy and Korea and in Valley Forge for this?
Precious bud.
Where did you go?
Here's Elsie's family at the ball game.
Oh.
Wow, shouts Bo. Right off the warden sign.
Uh,
The kind you get from Borden's
I'm mellow.
The all-American drink, Bo shouts. Somebody here say Borden's the all
It's not every day that
It sure is, because Borden's is the freshest, tastiest milk you'll find
I bump into
anywhere.
group of both
The favorite of big ball players and little ball players who want to be big.
like you. So really, this is
A real builder-upper.
it's an
Elsie says, strength and energy to play like that. Be sure Mother gets you plenty of Borden's milk, the all-American drink.
Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, high Borden's today.
Who is he?
He's just the gardener. Keeps all the nature real alive and all.
He has lovely eyes. Blue.
I want to show you where I've gone, Virginia. Are you coming?
I want to. Take me.
The lips of the strange woman drop as a honeycomb. God keeps them up.
My lamb.
It's dark in here. He gave me a light.
There's no sermon in the suicide.
Don't you get tired?
Whatever doesn't get tired of growing. How's it hanging, Virginia?
Your pruning shears seem to be a bit dull. I was just going into Diana's. Would you care to join us inside for a little while?
That's funny. Well, I've never really considered it like where I've been, but I've never been inside before.
You're working up quite the sweat. I thought you might appreciate this for all your effort. Give it some thought. I really should be going.
Yeah.
toxic stares, infectious affection, glassy like the marbles of my sorry childhood. This gentle penetration, cerebral like waves coming and going. The waves always go. There is no tidal permanence. The wave is a vessel, a conduit whereby your love lies. Boundless, empty landscape, all water. I am drenched in sweat of a merciful landscape. Tenderest daydreams, acts of violence. A headache in subtle stab. Such beauty in sensation. Painful joy of brain bleed. How can I know when I've never?
My name is Mackenzie Patrick Flynn. I'm the writer and director of Blue Light Green, and I'm here to answer some questions. This piece really sprung out of my childhood grief, the ways I was processing losing my father from an early age, and how the soul and psyche, mind-body split, this aspect of dualism, how one person can kind of bracket branch off into all distinct parts and shapes of themselves. Virginia and Diana are really this homogenous character. They share a mind. I thought it was really, really interesting, this aspect of the light and the dark as a visual centerpiece. Being raised between Georgia and North Carolina, having grown up in very doctrinal religious faith, always this leverage of putting something else before yourself on pedestal. There's so much that goes into praying to a man in the sky that is not you, asking for forgiveness, removal of sin. I was really moved by the philosophy of Gnostic Christianity. In Gnosticism, you learn to see that God is not separate or outside of you, but that God is omnipresent and always within you. When you're willing to come to terms with who you are on your own terms, without going to this other God outside of you, asking if the way you love is okay, the things that you desire, are they okay? to be yourself, to step into your power. I'm really inspired by the work of David Lynch, incorporating the dream in the everyday. Time is omnipresent, and it's also really not, because at any given point, you could kind of slip into the dream, which is the other side of this proverbial door, and being able to process the things that have happened to you. This passage, this entryway into Virginia's subconscious. I really wanted the audience to understand and to feel embodied within the character. There were a lot of POV sequences where in her mind we see her hands, we're looking out through her eyes. We could emote with her. We could create feeling with her. There is really something somatic in getting inside someone else's body and mind, and to be able to better understand and experience that. Color and sound are deeply resonant to my work. The first things I was thinking about when conceptualizing this piece were in terms of color theory in relation to mood. Scenes that were more saturated with these cool tones, these liminal greens, yellowy blues. I wanted those to feel like wounds or bruises. Feel the pain through the visual landscape, the character's depressive state of consciousness. You know, it's all through the eyes. Perception is reality. So that when we began to get into the dream sequences, if I could add more vibrancy, reds, this fullness of shape and form, I really wanted it to feel raw and visceral. Colors as they are in their representative form. Golds and yellows and reds in that way become enlightened, become something greater in a very horrific way. I want an international and Korean audience to see that a body is a body, because I think that there's something so ephemeral. There are dozens upon hundreds of languages spoken in this world, but that there is a heart and there is a center to the human experience. Brings so much levity into life. It's not just what you look like, it's who you are and how one might come to better understand themselves. I'm seeking to process and excavate an emotion that I feel. Thank you.